God bless you. It's great to again connect with you. A brand new year. We're a couple of days in, but I do believe that the Lord has shown great grace and great mercy in allowing us, both, or if it's just me alone, to experience and to be allowed to see, excuse me, to see another day, another year, another month. The Lord has been good. And I do believe that in the process of time, we're going to experience great blessings. We're going to see things that that those in the past would have loved to have seen. We're going to experience some joys. We're going to see some things, my friend, that it's going to be wondrous. I believe. I'm just saying that by faith, really, because we are going into uncharted. Thank the Lord, we are here, and I am eternally grateful for His love and for His mercies towards us. Now I'm having a little bit of problems with my, it would seem, with my internet, but I hope it'll hold out. Us, the 47th chapter of the book of Isaiah, the Gospel of Isaiah. This particular chapter is looking at, as we've got the heading, a warning to all oppressors. And God is warning the oppressors that were to come. Now, at this particular moment in time, even though there were enemies on all sides, as far as Israel was concerned, but there was a time coming when Israel, Judah, as well as the northern kingdom, God's people, because I don't believe that God saw two kingdoms. I believe He saw His people as one. Just like in our day, in our time, right now, even though we have many churches, many ministries, too numerous to count or even to mention, but God sees us as one. And at some stage, He's going to bring us all together. Don't know how He's going to do it, because there seems to be so many fractions. There seems to be so many thoughts and understandings of His word and what He's saying from what He's not saying. So we just don't know how He's going to do it, but He's going to do it, because only He can do this. But in relation to the people that Isaiah was ministering to, a time was going to come when they were going to go under extreme captivity, extreme persecution. Let me say that. They were already divided, and because they were divided, they were in a state of disrepute, I would say. They were now, the northern kingdom, which was probably years ahead of them in the sense of worshiping idols, idolatry had taken over the nation. And to some extent, the Assyrian Empire had more or less captured hold of them. Many of them were taken into captivity. They were wanting now to come even down to Judah. The two, yes, they were wanting to take hold of Jerusalem. But that was not the plan of God. There was another empire that was to come, the Babylonian Empire that was to come and do just what the Assyrians want. Prophetic. Again, it's the word. It's the word of God. But it was very prophetic, because here God is telling Babylon what He's going to do to them. Yes, He's pronouncing judgment on the oppressors. So let us read from 1 to 15 of the book of Isaiah chapter 47. The verses are quite chunky to some extent, but as we go into the sessions to come, then we will be able then to address each section and see what the Lord had in store, not only for Israel or for his people, but for the oppressors that were to come. Yes. Verse 1, chapter 47. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up, and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. They shall not be a coal to warm at, no fire to sit before it. 15. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. Very, very stark words of warning here given to the Babylonian Empire. We're not told who is the individual here who would bring that disaster or who's going to head up all of that. We know already from reading the previous books before Isaiah that it is the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, who God himself said is his servant. However, we are being told Isaiah is given very much a clear picture of what is going to happen to his people. Very stark. And I believe also that it's a two-pronged approach here, as I've always said. It is not only a prophetic message for Israel, God's people, during the times of the prophets, but it's also a very, very clear message to us, for the oppressors that are around us. And remember, Paul himself says that we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of darkness. So when it came to Isaiah telling Israel, Judah, about the empire that was coming, it is people that they. I think we've got to look at that very clearly. Context here. We can't. It's not that Israel or Judah were fighting spirits, and that they were fighting an angelic host that was far greater than them. If you understand my thought here, they were going to see when the time comes and blood men, because lives would be lost. But we also have to look behind what was going on behind the scenes, moving Babylon, moving the Assyrians, moving, and if I can include also the Moabites, the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the other empires, the other greater countries that had surrounded God's people. At times, something would move them to come against them. So there was always a spiritual battle, even though they didn't recognize it as such, because they would see individuals. For us, it's a little different, because we are fighting a spiritual warfare. God is not asking us to get guns or knives or pitchforks or batons or tanks or whatever it is, because for us as men, we don't have these things. We don't have the wherewithal to attain these things. But we are very much aware that the oppressors of our souls are beings, are entities that we cannot see, and they fight against us. But what did, again, Jesus say when he was here with his disciples? He said that the gates of hell would not prevail against the church, will not prevail against his body. And so we can be well assured that the oppressors that are around us, and if the Lord tarries, the oppressors that will even last until he comes, they are going to be dealt with, and they will be dealt with. Believe me, God has already told us in his word. If this is not enough, then read the entire Bible, and you will see that God is reassuring us. He is reassuring us, as he reassured his people. Even though they did wrong and they would be punished for it, but the punishment was not brought up to destroy them. No, it wasn't. He brought punishment upon his people, more or less, to cause them to look to him, cause them to call out to him. And the things that we go through, it's not to hurt us, it's not to hurt you, it's not to destroy you, it's not to cause you at all to wonder and to threaten, become unequally yoked, if I can use that, with the things that are around us. No, it's to cause us to be aware that the Lord is very much amongst us and with us and wants to save us, but he also wants us to call out to him. So, my friend, in the next couple of sessions, in the next days or so, we're going to go into this, and we're going to, not take it piece by piece, because I'm not really doing a lot of justice to the scriptures, as I've always said, but it's to cause you, it's to nudge you to go back to the scriptures. And because we are in a new year, in a new time, as we had said a day or so ago in relation to Exodus chapter 40, Moses did as the Lord commanded him. And when Moses did as the Lord commanded him, when Moses was obedient, what happened? The scriptures tell us that a cloud covered the tent of congregation. If we want the presence of God to be with us, to cover us, if we want the presence of God to dwell amongst us, then we need to be obedient. Isn't that so? We need to be obedient. So may the Lord bless you. May his face shine upon you and give you that peace and that comfort that is very much so needed at this time. Looking at the situations of our world around the globe, looking at what's happening in our own respective countries, cities, we do need a move of God. Yes, it's very easy to say move of God, but we really do need a move of the Almighty, so as to not only to reassure us in a very real time, in the very real sense of the word, but also to encourage us that whatever it is that we have in our hearts and we see in the word, and whatever he has told you, me, or us collectively, he means what he says. He's going to deliver us and he is going to keep us. May God bless you, and we'll see you in the next coming session also. God bless.